the Saugus High School shooting in Santa Clarita that happened at 7:38 this morning. That is the time of that first 911 phone call.
A teenage boy, a 16-year-old, we're being described by sheriff's deputies, a 16-year-old Asian male, went into the campus, shot other classmates. So every student, every victim is a student. 5 students were hit by the gunfire. Unfortunately, 2 have died, a 16-year-old female and a 14-year-old boy. The shooter then shot himself in the head. He is currently at a hospital in grave condition.
So this all happened. Here's a map at Saugus High School in Santa Clarita, a school with more than 2,300 students. It's part of the William S. Hart Union School District. The fear spreading throughout campus immediately as soon as those gunshots rang out, just 7:38. One of the remarkable things is that first responders, they got that call at 7:38, Vanessa, and as we've been, emergency crews were on scene within just 2 minutes. So they arrived at 7:40 to find those 6. In fact, is a live look. It'll become a crime scene.
And you're still seeing all those book bags still there. They will remain there. About 2 deaths, that 14-year-old, that 16-year-old. There's also 3 other injured students. One of them is a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old female, and a 14-year-old male. And then, of course, we have the shooter who shot himself in the head. He's in grave condition at a hospital. There was one other injury. It was a 15-year-old female. It's not a gunshot injury, so we're assuming maybe there was some sort of a stampede after the shots rang out. Everybody terrified, running away. She might have tripped. We're not sure yet. They haven't been able to tell us that, but they did confirm it was not a gunshot wound.
Well, we did speak to an official from Providence Holy Medical Center in Mission Hills, and he confirmed to us that he does there at that hospital. They have 2 female victims. One was described as being in good condition, the other in fair condition. Both are expected to survive. We asked about their spirit. They're being treated. They have gunshot wounds, yet they're laughing, meaning feeling one another. They survived, and they're in good spirit.
And unfortunately, we did that one of those victims, so one of those females, even though she is in fair condition, she was shot. And then once in the trunk, that they believe the bullet might have just gone straight through her trunk, because there's an entrance wound and an exit wound in her stomach. Yet she is in her hospital bed right now alongside her parents, laughing with the other victim. Unfortunately, 2 families this afternoon are never going to see their children again. There's a 14-year-old boy whose family is now grieving the loss of their son, and a 16-year-old girl whose family is now grieving the loss of their perspective. That this is yet another. I was reading the Washington Post. They tweeted earlier that 145 children and educated 48 schools since Columbine. So now today we're adding 2 more to that tally, an unfortunate tally that we never want to see go up. And it happened today. It happened in LA County. It happened in Santa Clarita. His 16th birthday. He woke up on his 16th birthday, and this is what he did with his day.
His mother and his girlfriend that surveillance video apartment that the shooter used a 40. In fact, had it in his backpack. When he arrived on campus this morning, he pulled it out, and that's when he opened fire in the quad area of Saugus High School. That is in fact a live look at the quad area on campus there. Skyfox overhead right now. This is now ground zero for the investigation. This is the heart of the crime scene here. A lot of students still remain on campus simply because they are being interviewed by officials as this investigation is just getting underway. We've heard from students who have described the shooter as somebody who is extremely close. A neighbor who knows the shooter, that he was also a Boy Scout.
Right. And he also made mention that the shooter's father was very much into guns and even made his own bullets as well. So none of that is confirmed. That's a neighbor who grew up with the shooter, that 16-year-old Asian male that we now know is in grave condition after shooting himself in the head after shooting up his fellow classmates at Saugus High School this morning.
Let's go to Sandra Endo live on the campus now with more.
This is ground zero of the scene where the shooting happened at 7:30 this morning. Right now, investigators are here making their interview. Key eyewitness involved in this or who witnessed anything. And I'm joined by a group of gentlemen here, students at this school, members of the football team who are studying early this morning. I know you're upperclassmen, so you come to school early for that study period, and you're members of the football team. But right now you came back to campus. What are you hearing and dealing with right now?
Yeah, so it's kind of like difficult, and it's like doesn't even seem real, like waking up this morning expecting this would happen. And just like being able, when we were released to go home, like watching it on TV, like seeing like our campus, it just like doesn't look real at all.
All of this, and you came back because you had to flee. You had to leave your cars here. Keep in mind, you have all your school materials, your backpacks are still inside. What have they told you?
Nothing right now. Like you said, our cars and stuff were there, but just still haven't like comprehended it all.
You said you've lived here all your life. It's such a safe community. Everybody knows each other.
Yeah, never in my 15 years I think this would happen. You see it on like the news and stuff. It's awful, but never you think like your school until it really happens. And then it's been like 3 hours. I can't believe it. You know what I mean?
You said adrenaline. Have done all of those emergency the teachers, administrators put you through, and some of you, in fact, know some of the victims. Of course, we're not names, but how difficult it is. I know the community is coming together this evening for a memorial already.
Yeah, this one girl that passed away, sadly, it's like an everyday face I kind of see. I've been with her throughout my elementary and my middle school days, and now that she's not here, it's tough, but I know she's up there watching over us.
So tough for all of you. All right. I hope you get some answers and the help you need. Obviously, come together and help each other and always reach out.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Again, they came here to campus to kind of process this all, but also, again, a lot of the belongings for these students are still on campus, but it is locked down right now. They're not getting answers as to if they could come get their cars, their belongings, because he was in students' car, so they needed to get that house key out. So little things, logistical things happening out here at this massive crime scene. But again, these gentlemen, these students telling me that they are coming together already tonight at Central Park at around 7 o'clock. Again, we will information back to you guys for now. Can you record?
Tell her the students are coming towards the bus. Tell her to take this stand.